When I was 17 years old, I woke up one morning and I knew from that moment on, things were going to be different. I woke up that morning, my glands were swollen in my neck, they were swollen under my armpits, they were swollen all over my body, and I could tell that my body was shutting down. I'd been sick many times before this, but I knew that this time was different. And so eventually, after 5 or 10 minutes, got the strength to be able to walk downstairs and tell my mother that I was sick. When she looked at me, she knew too. She knew that I was scared, that there was something really wrong, and she could tell immediately. What happened over the next 2 years was essentially being diagnosed with many different mystery-based illness, or what they call idiopathic-based illnesses, where they can't figure out exactly what's going wrong, but they know something's wrong with you. And so although I went to over 24 different doctors, some of the best doctors in Boston, they still couldn't figure out what exactly was wrong with me. It was only 2 years later, by chance, I was able to meet with a natural health doctor that had done some training over in Europe, which was the start essentially of functional-based medicine. They didn't have all the answers, but that also then led me to reading hundreds and then thousands of books. And one of the books I picked up was a book on basically a cross between Ayurvedic medicine and functional medicine. And I had started to study Ayurvedic medicine before, which essentially, it's the oldest form of medicine in the world. It originated out of Kerala in India, and it spoke to me. And I said, I need to speak with this author. And I've never done that before, never in my life. But she's the one who figured it out. You know, she combined Ayurvedic medicine with functional medicine and genetics. And it was because of her and her advice to me, which was, you need to go back to school. You need to get your degree so that you can go and then teach others. And that's what I did. The way that I wanted my education to go is that I wanted to be able to spend quite a bit of that doing internships. And so I wanted to be able to gain that experience and also have a very skeptical mind. I'd met with a lot of people, a lot of brilliant people, but they didn't necessarily have those answers. So what I wanted to do is I actually wanted to see who was getting well, and I wanted to go to these clinics and hospitals around the world. So I traveled to India and studied Ayurvedic medicine. Traveled to Sri Lanka, studied Ayurvedic medicine. Studied functional medicine in Europe and the Netherlands. I studied traditional Chinese medicine in China, in Old Beijing, at a TCM hospital there. And I studied all over the United States as well. I began to figure out the connection between my lifestyle, my nutrition, my stress, and many other factors that would eventually allow me to go on and heal my body. I'm healthier today. I have more energy than I've ever had in my entire life. That shouldn't be. I'm getting older chronologically every year. So how is that possible? Well, you begin to realize that your body is a conglomeration of toxicities and its deficiencies. And if you continue to replenish those deficiencies and remove the toxicities, the body has everything that it needs to heal. My ability to be able to see how all these different modalities are used throughout the world and how they help people really forged who I am today and the knowledge that I was able to accumulate, and now able to share that again with people all over the world.